So I book a bar gig in Brisbane. My dad's brother has lived in Brisbane with his family for over half a century. Go to Sydney, and I don't know if you've been to Australia or not, but Aussies are some of the best crowds in the world. They are amazing, because to make them laugh, all you have to do is make fun of the British. They invaded 90% of the countries on the planet. You know that? At the time, it was 90% of the countries on the planet, and I always wondered, how did they do it? I remember asking a British friend of mine, we just celebrated July 4th, when's your Independence Day? He just stared at me until it hit me. Oh, that's right, you don't have one. You just have days that other countries gain their independence from you. But how'd they do it? I think it's that voice. That British accent does something to people. We're either intimidated by it, we're scared of it, we find it sexy. Something's going on with that voice. It just gets people. The thing is, we kicked them out of the United States over 200 years ago. And we invited them back in when we needed judges for American Idol. And America's Got Talent. And Top Chef, because it sounds better coming from them. We still want them to judge us. Why is that? Why are we seeking we broke up with them. They should be seeking our approval, but I guarantee you they are not. You are never gonna see the Great British Bake Off hosted by Larry the Cable Guy. You can use the British voice to your advantage. If you ever need a late checkout from a hotel, use the British voice. Because Azhar and I were in Hyderabad, and we've been talking and solving the world's problems till 6 in the morning. We realized we need a late checkout. We can't really do a great British accent. We call up Mo Ammer, a really good friend of ours. And he's in Cairo. We put him on FaceTime. We call down to the front desk. He can do a spot on British accent. I can't. I'm an Indian guy doing an impression of a Palestinian guy doing an impression of a British guy. So, Polaroid in the sun, okay? It's not gonna be quite as good, but he goes, cheerio, could you just be a dear? And do you mind giving us, our flight got rerouted through Spain? Is there any way maybe you can give us like a 4 p.m. checkout? He asked for a 4 p.m. checkout. And we got it! Do you have any idea how late that is? That's an hour later than the check-in of the next day. That is a really late checkout. And by the way, my wife's family hates this show because they're Gujarati and they run hotels and stop telling everybody how to get a late checkout. It's because everything sounds right in that accent. If I say to you right now, sir, 2 and 2 is 5, you're like, no, it's not. But if I go 2 and 2 is 5, love, you got to think about it. That's right. Because the British are smart, I'm sure that's probably applicable to them like anyone else. They get a lot of credit because of that accent. They're not that smart. Right? You do know that the British used to send their criminals to Australia. I'm not making that up. You know that, right? Australia was a penal colony for the British. But I don't know if you've been to Australia, it's a way better place than England. It's warmer, it's larger, cooler animals. I think if the British were really that smart, they would have gone to Australia and left the criminals in England. So true. Needless to say, the Aussies ate that up. And while we were planning the trip, we thought, while we're in the area, we'll go to Africa. Clearly, we went to U.S. public school. And if you're not laughing, so did you. Because Africa is nowhere near Australia. We found this out the hard way. We're like Southern Hemisphere. How far could it be? Really, really far. I got news for you. The Southern Hemisphere is just as big as the Northern Hemisphere. 18 hours later, after connecting through Singapore, we land in Johannesburg. And we loved South Africa because my wife's mom was born in South Africa. In fact, we have a lot of family down there, and we loved it. We loved everything about South Africa, except for the name. They sort of gave up when they named the place, didn't they? What direction is it? South. What continent? Africa. Done. We're not going to put any more thought into this at all. Then again, we do the same thing here in the United States. We have stores here called mailboxes, etc. linens and things. Bed Bath Beyond. What's the et cetera? What things? Anything could be in that Beyond section. What's in it? We flew home through Paris, so that was Europe for us. And the French, being the French, insisted that every comedian on the lineup at this bar gig do at least one joke in French. I've not taken French since college. Does anyone here know what the word is for now in French? Wow, look at this, very cultured audience. Literary and cultured, I love this. That's right, maintenant. Maintenant. 3 syllables. That's a long word for now. By the time you get finished saying maintenant, it's no longer maintenant. They like that one too. Okay. Good. Glad. Good. I'm a big fan of black music in general, pop, funk, disco, but I'm a big hip-hop guy. And hip-hop has a different tradition. It came out like the blues. It was oppressed music in the 80s, and that was a very, very different thing until 1992, when Biggie Smalls dropped the lyric, "Birthdays was the worst days, now we sip champagne when we thirsty." That's Biggie right there, and suddenly hip-hop became celebration music. And I love that. I love progress. The only thing I'm going to say right now is that if AI, artificial intelligence, is getting its information about the American people from American music, it's going to think black people have everything and white people ain't got nothing. Because you put on a black song, a hip-hop spot, they talk about what they have. I got my ride, got my shorty, got my drink, got my two-step. You put on a white song, a country track, they talk about what they don't have. I lost my house, I lost my car, I lost my girl, I lost my dog. AI is gonna be like, please share something with these poor, broke white people. I love country music. I actually love country music, as long as it's America. I love country music. I really do, I do. Because they do everything themselves. They're singer-songwriters. You don't really refer to country as singer-songwriter music. You think of like Jack Johnson or John Mayer, but it is. It's singer-songwriter music where they do everything themselves, which is ironic. Because hip-hop is about big upping yourself, right? I don't need anybody. I did this alone. Now let me give a shout out to the 20 homies who helped me make this track. Right? It's like you've been on this plane before where the pilot comes on, they're like, this is your captain speaking. This is a Delta flight in partnership with United. Operated by American Airlines, in partnership with Southwest. Who's flying the plane? This is why I love Nelly. Does anyone remember Nelly? Oh, State Lunatics, I love Nelly. Because he was like a narrator. He would always tell you where he was. You always knew what he was wearing. Vocal tank top on at this point. He would tell you exactly where he was. Get off the freeway, exit 106, and parked it. Why is he giving us the exit number? Are we supposed to meet him there? Should we be writing this down? He told you about the kind of females he was into. She could be 18 with an attitude, 19 got a snotty acting real rude. Whoa, Nelly! What a range of ages and dispositions. She could be 18 or 19 with an attitude or kind of snotty and real rude. That sounds like that could be the same woman. You're in the club later tonight, it's her 19th birthday. Before midnight, she's 18 with an attitude. After it, she's 19, got a snotty acting real rude. Expand your horizons, Nelly. That's why I love Jay-Z. Oh, Jay, man, he's the king. I love Jay-Z. I love that track he had with, rest in peace, DMX. Remember that? Remember that track he had called Money, Cash, Hoes? Money, cash, hoes. They were talking about the 3 things they wanted out of life. Money, cash, hoes. I love that song. But these are not the 2 gentlemen with whom you want to find a genie's lamp. You rub it, the genie pops out, you get 3 wishes. We'll take money, cash. You dumbass, that's the same thing. Let's get some hoes and go home. Hose. What a word. You don't hear that word much anymore. That's probably a good thing. Because I remember the House of Pain song. Remember that? House of Pain? They had that song called Jump Around. And he goes, I'll bust him in the eye. Then I'll take the punk's hoe. It's kind of aggressive. I was an innocent suburban kid. So I thought he was saying, I'll bust him in the eye, then I'll take the punks home. I was like, well, that's nice of him. You get your ass kicked, but you get to ride to your house.